Hi guys, Lady here. Today while scrolling through Facebook, I read, "Stop telling people that they will never be loved until they love themselves." I agree with that. Now granted, I've never heard anyone say that to somebody because that's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I've heard plenty of people say, "You will never fully love somebody until you love yourself." I've heard that and I do agree with that one, but telling somebody that they'll never be loved until they love themselves is so dumb. Okay? Because nobody's perfect. Everybody has issues. And there's always someone out there who's going to love you in spite of them. Why would how you feel about yourself change how someone feels about you? That doesn't make sense to me. Because I have friends. Which I know the love of friendship isn't the same as your significant other. I know that. But I have friends who don't love themselves. They're constantly concerned about how they look. Whether they're thin enough, pretty enough, handsome enough, smart enough. But I love them anyway. And you know what? One day they're going to find someone who loves them for everything they are and tells them to stop worrying about it because they're perfect. Perfect for them. Because again, like I said, nobody is perfect, but everyone is perfect for someone. Yeah. Follow me. So, I believe that everyone deserves somebody who's good to them and treats them well and makes them feel amazing. Just because you have issues with yourself, because you are insecure about this, that, or the other thing, does not mean that no one can love you. And I kind of feel like that's bullying, telling someone that they're never going to be loved. I mean, I guess they're giving them a leg up saying, until you love yourself. But some people find that really hard to do. Because they're focused on what's wrong with them, that they can't sit down long enough to appreciate how wonderful they really are. But there is someone out there who does recognize how wonderful you are. And I feel like everyone needs to know that. That no matter how down on yourself you feel, no matter what you think is wrong with you, no matter what is wrong, like handicaps and diseases and things that you can't help because they are who you are. Of course you're going to be a little caught up on it. I mean, you don't want to be like that. You want to be normal, but no one's normal. But just because you don't think you're perfect doesn't mean that's what everyone thinks. And someone out there loves you. You may not have met them yet, or you may have met them and you just don't realize how they feel. But someone loves you regardless of how you feel about yourself. Your feelings has nothing to do with theirs. It's like, okay, I have two friends. I like my friends. I like them both. They don't like each other. That does not affect me at all. See how that works? See how I feel about the two of them doesn't change how they feel about them? It's the same concept. It's like, I love my best friend. I think she is a fantastic human being, and I believe that she deserves to be treated as such. But I am also not dense. I know there are people out there who don't like her. I also know that she doesn't care. See how that works? Another prime example. What one person thinks of somebody doesn't affect what somebody else thinks of them. So why should that why should that be any different when it comes to how you feel about yourself? So yeah, telling someone that they'll never be loved because they don't love themselves is absolutely ridiculous. However, there is another spin on that phrase. You will never truly love someone until you love yourself. I can see that. That would make sense to me. Because if you are constantly focused on how imperfect you are, and you can't get past it, you just know that there are all these things that are wrong with you and you can't stand them, why would someone else? That attitude, I believe, more than believe, I've lived it. I used to not love myself. I do now. I think I'm great. But anyway, a side note. If you believe that no one will love you because you're imperfect, if you believe that, then when someone comes along who does love you for who you are, you will struggle. You will struggle with that because it won't make sense to you. Like I need to lose a few pounds, or I need to gain a few pounds, or I have too much acne, or I stutter a little when I get excited, or I have social anxiety, or I've been depressed for most of my life, or anything that could possibly be wrong with you. You think, if you don't like that thing about you, if that is the thing that makes you not like yourself, if you don't like it, why will they? And when they try to tell you that they do and that they love you anyway, and they love that part about you because they love everything about you, you will, when they tell you those things, you'll get scared. Because you don't understand it, it's foreign. And you begin to push them away. Not on purpose. Not on purpose. But I believe that if you struggle too much with believing that someone could love you despite all your insecurities and all your flaws, not only are you pushing them away because, why would you be pushing them away? You'd push them away because you're afraid they're going to hurt you. That they're not being honest. So, you wall up your heart a little bit. You don't give them all of your heart, which goes alongside with you're not fully loving them because you're not giving them all of your heart. You're hiding it because you're afraid they're going to leave. Because if they do leave, you don't want to hurt. Hate to break it to you, but it's going to hurt anyway. But the more of your heart you give them, the harder it's going to hurt when or if they do leave. So I think I feel that you need to come to terms with who you are as a person, accept who you are, love who you are, so that you know that if that person isn't the right one, well, gosh darn it, someone out there is. But giving yourself fully is not something to be ashamed of. So if you can learn to truly appreciate who you are as a person, you will be less afraid when someone else who appreciates you for you comes along and tries to tell you how amazing you are. You will be more accepting of their words, which will make you feel great. And you'll be able to give them your whole heart. Because being scared that someone wasn't going to accept you when you yourself didn't was the only thing keeping you back. So you learn to love yourself, you learn to trust others to love you as well. Trusting them in a way that means you are loving them fully. And that was a little unorganized, but I read that and I felt like I should say something because, yeah, that no one will love you is dumb. That is not true of anybody. There is someone out there who will love everybody. Not saying that everyone is so lucky as to wind up with the person they should be with. I know that's not true. But I also believe that the more people who love themselves, the more opportunity there is to find that one person you belong with. Because a lot of people, I don't know numbers or anything, but there's a good portion of people who only accept the love they think they deserve. And if you don't love yourself because of whatever, then you don't think you deserve much because you don't think you're that great a person. So you're not going to take your greatest option. You're going to choose the person who gives more excuses than apologies for their actions. I don't feel like anyone... I feel like everyone actually deserves greater than what they believe. No matter how fantastic you think you are, someone out there thinks even higher, thinks more highly of you. That's what I think. That's my opinion. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap this up because my thoughts are a big jumbled mess right now, and I'm not even quite sure what I'm saying at this point. I've probably repeated myself 100 times already. But if you wouldn't mind putting your comments below on how you feel about it, like, what is your opinion on loving yourself and how other people love you? Like, okay, what is your reaction to, is it possible to be loved or to love without loving yourself? And just, I don't know, just give me your ideas in the comments. I would love to read them. And yeah, as usual, hit the like if you like. Please comment, because I asked you to. Subscribe if you feel like, and share it with all your friends. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.